How's it going, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review another movie. Today I'm going to be reviewing the sequel to My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Of course, man, the whole cast returned from the first movie. This movie is directed by Kirk Jones. Estimated budget of $18 million, man. Now, this came out the same weekend as Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. And I gotta tell you, ballsy move to make though, but it made its money back easily right away, man. It's already past the 18 million mark. And I gotta tell you, about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I saw the movie for the first time, the first movie, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I honestly enjoyed it, like, honestly. I was thinking, like, alright, you know, I like the Corbett guy. Remember he was in Sex and the City a long time ago. I grew up watching that. On the reruns and everything. So, you know what I mean? Like, I remember him so much, man. And I've always heard about this movie, and I'm like, that seems like a quirky movie. And then actually it was just a fun, entertaining, family sort of movie. And, you know, Greek, you know, oh, give me a word. I'll tell you how the Greek, you know, like, the part of it. Everybody, man, every character was so interesting to me. And it's exactly the same with the sequel, where it's so fun. And basically, before I get into this with the pros and the cons and tell you my final score, tell you whether or not you should go check it out in the theaters, or maybe wait for rental, or maybe just never see this at all, I have to tell you, if you see the first one, and if you like the first one, then you are going to like this one. I think it's even better than the first one. First one's really good, but this one to me is just really good as a better extended sort of version. It's better, man. And, you know, a lot of comedy sequels feel forced and like, we made a lot of money, let's throw this one in. Remember, this took, what, 10 years, 12 something years to actually, maybe 8 years, 7 years to get, you know, to finally make a sequel. Excuse me. This doesn't feel forced. Like, it's not in your face like, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2, there you go, man. No, it feels like, alright, let's just release it. You know, we did our job. You know, it doesn't feel forced. It felt like it was coming naturally. Let's write the script, and it came all together, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here is my non-spoiler review for My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2. First off with the pros, man, it is a funny movie. Now, this movie is not like, I didn't laugh like a lot of times. Of course, the women, it was a theater full of women, and my mom wanted to see it, so we ended up going to see it. I was like, and then I dragged her to Batman 4 hours later on a Tuesday. Like, it was a Tuesday, so we saw 2 movies, and she never wants to see 2 movies, but I dragged her to Batman for my 3rd time seeing Batman v Superman, and I was like, she was like, I wasted 3 hours of my life. And I was like, well, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 was awesome. I was like, yeah. Because it was, man. I really enjoyed it. It was funny. It did have, like, a lot of callbacks. It had a lot of nostalgia. If you like the first one, you're going to get a lot of references and jokes, which does get repetitive. Yes, it does. I'll get to that in my cons. But just the nostalgia. It's like a wave of nostalgia hitting you, man. It's great to see these characters back. They're exactly the same. A little bit more, maybe, not really matured, but just, you know, you could tell years have gone by in their life. For sure, and the characters, every character is so enjoyable. You can't see one character and you're like, I hate that character. That character's stupid. No, definitely the characters in here, man. Definitely, they're funny. The jokes are. I mean, some jokes didn't work for me, honestly. There are a few jokes that really didn't, but for the most part, I thoroughly enjoyed the comedy within this, man. Like 65% I laughed, and then the other times it was like, okay, everyone else is laughing. I'm sitting here like that. But the plot in here, I love the plot because without spoiling much, if you've seen the trailer, of course, the wedding is, you know, the mom, Tula's mom, you know, the wedding license was never signed by a priest, so I'm a hippie, you know, so she's basically, they gotta make a wedding, basically, you know, you better propose to me right this time, because he's like, I did propose to you. You know, like, remember what you said when you proposed to me? Hey, I'm going to America. You coming or not? That was the proposal. It's funny, man. I love the way, like, all the characters and the dad and the Windex, you know what I mean? You find the nice Greek boy, you know, that guy. Oh, God, he's funny. I love his character so much. And even more family history there, man. They want to find more, like, again, if you see it, you'll know, obviously, of course, but the plot in here, I did love the plot. There are subplots to it that were sort of, like, I could see, like, I wasn't like, oh, cut that subplot out. No, I don't like that. No, I was never like that. I was just kind of like, Well, they never really go more into that subplot. Like, they make a subplot like with a character, hey, you know, you're always with your family. We're married. We should have a marriage life sort of thing. You've had like 10 years of a marriage life. I don't see how, you know, throughout that 10 years you probably like, but it's just making a problem. Like, they're trying to make a conflict, which not every single movie needs to have a main conflict. Not every movie. This is not, you know what I mean? It's just a comedy and it's a family movie. Not everything has to have a simple conflict. Now, this movie is cliched, but again, I love how the plot is. I love, you know, there's a lot of new things coming in as well as nostalgia and repetitive things from the first one. And the directing in here by Kirk Jones and whoever did the cinematography, man. Really good cinematography. Not like great cinematography, but, you know, for this sort of movie, really good, man. I really enjoyed it for what they did and the camera work and everything. So, you know, nothing big on the camera work, but it was sort of like, alright, nothing bad in there. Nothing, like, the editing was all good in there. Nothing really wrong with, you know, the editing or directing. And the plot, again, I enjoyed it, and it was thoroughly funny. And like I said, they brought the entire cast back, man, which is a very hard thing to do when it's been like 10 years. So that was really awesome to have them all back, and they're still all alive, even Mama Yaya. Yeah, she was amazing in here as well. I mean, every character is amazing in here. I do have to say the new character that's kind of introduced is Paris, who is Tula's daughter. She was really good, and she is. I mean, she on spicy meatball, but no, that's from Italian. But she is a very spicy meatball, man. And I don't know how old she was, probably 19, 20, maybe the actress 21. But she has like this neck choke thing. I don't know. It's pretty cool. But either way, I really enjoyed her, man. She was cute. She was, you know, she was just cute throughout the whole movie, man. Definitely, you know, like the Greek family is always around me, and find the Greek boy, have Greek babies, you know. Always, if I could count all the times that the dad said Greek, like, I'm Greek, it'd be over maybe 150, 200 times he said Greek. So that did get repetitive a lot. Every minute, something, Greek, 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 Greek. Yeah, we get it. I understand. We get it. Yes. Everywhere you turn, you're Greek? Oh, we're Greek. You're Greek? I'm Greek. Yes, we understand. It gets repetitive. But the whole Paris thing, man, I didn't really, like, her storyline in there, they really just kind of, you know, they went with it, and it was kind of like the secondary plot of the movie, which it wasn't bad. Not like, I really liked seeing Paris and her storyline go, and you want to see her actually grow in the story. But it just sort of kind of like, the main wedding obviously fizzles her story, and it kind of goes to there, and, you know, it kind of just leaves her at places, and then it picks up towards the end. But for sure, Paris the daughter, she was cute, and, you know, a good add-on to the cast. And now to the cons of the movie. Like I've been telling you, it does have a repetitive feeling, some words, and some callbacks to the first one, which is always good to have callbacks to the first My Big Fat Greek Wedding, but they keep on using it and using that callback and using that thing like, hey, remember our first date? You know, they have sex in the car and all that sort of thing. Yeah, that's a callback, but then it just sort of like, you're just rehashing the first thing and making it new again, sort of trying to make it the same thing. Like, hey, it's 10, like, are you telling me they didn't do it within that 10 years of, like, in the car or whatever? It's like the one time they're on screen on the camera, they're like, yeah, let's, you know what I mean? Like, that repetitive feel to it. And of course, John Stamos is in here for maybe like 2 minutes of screen time, basically, which he was not needed in this movie whatsoever. I get if he just did a sort of little cameo thing, but he really wasn't needed in here. I felt like John Stamos just needed a job or something to be like, yeah, well, I might as well be in this movie. And he was just kind of in the movie. And, oh, you're a reporter? Yeah, I'm on the TV. Yeah. What was it again? Hey now, San Francisco. And I'm just like, I don't think it was San Francisco, but you know what I mean? Like, oh, I like Full House, but jeez. You just went to Fuller House, you did your nostalgia here, you don't need to bring the nostalgia in a movie. It just kind of ruins the moment, because John Stamos is like, hey, it's John Hey now. Oh. Every single thing he has to do, we get it, you're in Full House, John Stamos. We loved you then, we love you now, but if we get it, we get it. I forgot how to say his last name, man, but John Corbett, or Corbin, the actor in here, of course, who plays the husband of Tula, and again, it was the Ian, I believe his name's Ian. His acting sometimes, man, I gotta be honest, like, his acting at times were just a little bit Like, I mean, I know he's not a great actor, but I mean, he was awesome in the first movie, really. My favorite scene of the first movie is when he's walking past the window like that, and then he bumps into the old lady, and she's just beating him down, dude. That was one of my favorite scenes. I just laughed out loud when I watched that scene. But in this movie, I don't know, it just felt, like, when he first was introduced and everything, it just, like, just his acting, it felt so, like, everyone else was doing so good, and then he just came in and he was like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, I like his character, of course, but again, his acting in here was just sort of like, meh. And last but not least on the cons, few of the subplots, like I already told you, they just didn't go all the way. Like Joey Fatone, man, his character, he has this thing that he wants to reveal to his mom, and then it's sort of like, okay, you're trying to build this subplot, and then you're trying to build that subplot, but then they never go really all the way. They just kind of like, oh, it plops and it happens, and it really just doesn't go into the details where you want to know more details of certain characters. And they're kind of there, and they're shown more, Joey Fatone and, you know, them, like, they're all shown more, but they're really not detailed really well into where they're, you know, into their subplots, into what their storyline is. So overall, I'm going to end up giving My Big Fat Greek Wedding to an 8.3 out of a 10. It is a really good movie, man. Honestly, is it worth watching in general? Yes. In theaters, if you like the first movie, then if you really enjoy the first movie, or you thought it was good or funny and you enjoyed that style, see the second movie, man. Go ahead and check it out in theaters, guys. But if you haven't seen it, I recommend to see the first movie. And if you like it then see it in theaters, or your choice, wait for rental. But it is a movie worth watching. Yes, it's corny at times. It's a little cliched, but it's almost like the first one, but it's not, like, it has its own plot to it, and it has a new things and old things, of course, and good nostalgia. But it is just, I enjoyed it. And honestly, I saw Batman v Superman when I saw it the same day, a third time. Not like, obviously, I didn't see it 3 times in a day, but of course I saw it for a third time, you know, my final showing in the theater, and I was kind of like, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2, you know, even seeing it a third time, Batman, I was like, yeah, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 wins for the day. I enjoyed it more, you know, in the day, and it was funny, the plot, the whole cast is back, Mami Yaya. It had its moments, man. It really did. So 8.3 out of 10. Hopefully all of you guys enjoyed. If you really enjoyed the review, please hit that subscribe button. I really would appreciate that. Make sure to share, like, and comment. Tell me what you guys think. Until next time, I'll be seeing you for more upcoming reviews. Everybody wants some. Hell, man, a lot more hardcore. Henry, God's Not Dead 2. Thank you so much. Stay on this channel, guys. Check it out. Movie reviews, TV show reviews, everything. Game live streams, a lot of things, guys. So until next time, bye-bye.